All right, guys, day 3 of the KBF National Championship. It's make it or break it day. Let's see what happens.
It's gonna be a good day on the water. Let's get on the water.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
So our plans today are to film Joseph and Cody. Problem is, they're 10 miles that way, and we put it at a ramp right here. Because my navigator...
Oh no, we're not blame shifting here. This is not happening. Cut!
So every guy competing in this tournament had the tough job of finding fish to finish in the money.
Keep coming till it sounds expensive.
2 guys that had the easiest job at this event were Scott and Gene. All they had to do was find the angler who was going to find the fish, and they had a hard time doing that. Come on, guys. You got to at least go to the right boat ramp.
I guess this is what they mean by running and gunning. Except we're looking for anglers, not fish.
Never too late for breakfast.
One of the great things about the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is it attracts anglers from all walks of life. One angler that we're excited is here this year is Greg Blanchard. Greg is a content creator who shoots his own videos while he's fishing. It gives you that first-person stream of consciousness view of what's going on with the angler. So let's check in with Greg Blanchard and see how his day is going so far.
Every fish in this like little spawning cove is on the back side of the trees. I'm not even making casts to other parts of them. The big ones are setting up on the back. So I'm being efficient with my casts. I had it the whole time. It's a good one. There she is. Oh my God. Thank you, sir. 2 more good ones and things could get interesting.
One really well-known angler that's back for a 2nd year of the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is last year's top 10 finisher, Drew Gregory from Jackson Kayak. I think the backwaters fishery and the riverine environment is going to stack up well for Drew's type of fishing. Drew is doing everything he can to be one of the guys that can call himself Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion.
Stay on. I think you're going to give me a couple inches here. Come on. Get in here.
So far, day 3 has been a completely different day. First and foremost, with the other bass tournaments going on in the area, there's been a lot of boat traffic. And the amount of boat traffic after 9 a.m. has got me thinking that the bite must be tough, especially for these guys in boats. But I checked the Tourney X NRS leaderboard, and there are tons of fish being caught by kayak anglers. So these guys must be getting into protected areas and getting into places that the bass boats can't, which plays into the hand of a kayak angler.
So we just caught up with Joseph Sanderson. I think he might be in the lead right now. He's taking full advantage of the ability of a kayak to be able to get into places a big boat can't. He's way up in this grass, he's throwing a frog, and he's getting bit about every 10 minutes. If this bite continues throughout the day, we might be crowning him the winner at the end of this.
It's been a little bit tougher this morning. Yesterday was incredible doing this. I was getting away from all the kayakers and the bass boats. It's been a grind this morning, but we're staying after it and we'll see what happens.
All right, guys, so we just snuck up on Jacob Wolf. Yesterday, he had a strong presentation, landing 5 pretty good fish. Today, he's doing a little finesse fishing. If you watch the way he works the rod tip, he's slowly bringing that weightless worm up and down off of the ground, keeping it in that strike zone for the maximum amount of time possible. It's real light, so he's having to put a lot of trust in the senses in his fingertips and in the rod tip to feel what that action's doing underneath the water. He's caught up in a patch of grass there. He's gonna bring that in, clean that off, and sling that hook right back out, I bet. Jacob's not wasting any time getting the hook back in the water. He knows you can't catch him if the hook's sitting on your end of your boat.
We're out with Glenn Landstrom. Glenn was the day 1 leader. After day 2, he was still in the lead. With Glenn is his brother, Cody, came by to watch his brother compete for the cash and the national championship prize.
I've been fishing painfully slow. This is how we fish South Florida out in the middle of the lake. That's how we figured this little pattern out, if it holds up. There he is. Hang on, baby, stay picked. It's small, but I'll take it. Yeah. Just a juvenile, but hey, that's 2
3 more, brother.
Being in the lead after day 2, if he just limits out with 5 bass, that's going to go a long ways towards a national champion title.
The Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is presented by Torqeedo, makers of the 403 Ultralight Kayak Motor. YakAttack, make it yours. NRS, makers of the Chinook and Chinook PFDs for kayak anglers. Jackson Kayak, first to innovation. Louisiana, feed your soul. And tune in for all things kayak fishing by heading over to kayakbassfishing.com. So the number one burning question that I get is, what does it take to take home the title of Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion? What does it take to beat that many anglers? And I'm going to tell you what it takes. It takes mental toughness. It takes preparation. And it takes a commitment to continuously adjust. I think every angler in the top 50 probably had a shot at it at one time or other. And I think what happens is, where that angler that takes home that title is the one that over 3 days put together the best pattern and made the fewest mistakes.
There you go, brother. That looks like a good one. Oh. Now that sucks.
I hope that missing that fish is not my, 15 minutes of fame, as they say. But it happens. There's a big old fish over there. I gotta go.
Matt balled 2 or 3 times. He's had a fish strike and miss his swim bait in this grassy pocket. So he backed off, let this area reset. Now he's casting back around, putting his lure right next to the cypress tree, seeing if he can't pick this back up and make him strike again. Let's see if he connects on him.
I said before this event started, it's going to come down to knots that didn't fail.
Oh, dang it.
It's going to come down to fish that were spooked that shouldn't have been. It's going to come down to fish that were lost boat side. It's going to come down to missed hook sets. And for every guy in the top 30 that missed a fish that could have cost you the championship, I'd love to say it probably wasn't, but the truth of the matter is, it very likely was.
Nice fish. Whoa.
Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I missed that fish this morning. I've been hitting this bank back and forth all day, and I found that if I miss a fish, they're generally not hitting again. But if I come back half hour later, I can usually get them to hit again. So that worked out just like I hoped, but it wasn't as big as I'd hoped.
I have been extremely lucky not to lose a fish yet. Can you see where I hooked him? I mean, what the heck?
I wrote on my hand yesterday, don't fish scared. I think that is a great state of mind. You gotta fish aggressive. Today, I wrote grind and have fun, because we're on day 3, still had a chance at winning the biggest kayak fishing tournament of the year. That's fun just in and of itself. And then grind, I knew it was gonna be a tough day, changing weather. There were 2 big powerboat tournaments out here, and so I thought that was another good thing to keep in mind, that even whenever it got tough, to keep your head in it and just fish as hard as you can. I think this pulls me up an inch, so we'll take it right now. It's been a little bit tough today, but get this guy back in the water.
So that fish will help you quite a bit.
Yeah, it will. I need one more, and I got a lot of time to do it, so I can relax and do my thing.
There's a thing that we call tournament posture. Everybody's got a demeanor, and then everybody's got a tournament demeanor. Most people on tournament day are constantly looking. They're looking for every little clue, every little nervous water tick, every blow up. Basically, they're in a heightened sense of awareness. Their brain is in hyperdrive, their adrenaline's pumping. There's a lot of guys out there that say, I just go fishing on tournament day and have fun. Then there's also a lot of guys that lie.
Oh my gosh.
Part of frog fishing is missing fish. It's very frustrating at times. It gets in your head a little bit, but frog fishing is a go big or go home tactic. I can guarantee you one thing, even with missing fish, I had more fun than anyone else in this tournament.
Oh my God.
Oh, stay on, stay on, stay on. Oh my God. Good!
So Joseph is throwing a frog right now. You'll notice he's working a little bit fast, popping it really fast, but not very far. He's trying to keep it as close as he can. Oh, he's got a fish on. He's got a big one on.
That's the one we need right there. We did eat again. Yes!
This is a 10-pounder tree. Are you there? Knock, knock. Don't believe she's home. How is Mike doing in the tourney?
Mike who?
From Indiana, second place.
There he is. Oh yeah. Oh, stay up, baby. Come here, baby. Come on. Come here. Come here. Yeah.
There's that kid smile back.
Mercy. Some days you just can't catch a break.
Ooh, freaking giant. Freaking giant. There's one laying in here somewhere. I know he's in there because he broke me off early this morning. He probably still got a sore mouth and a bad memory. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Long and lean, that's the way we like them. That would put me back in the game right there. Game changer.
That was crazy. I didn't know he had me wrapped up underneath a log. After a minute, I thought he was gone, so I reeled all the way down to him and bumped him out. It was fun.
Oh, it's a freaking giant.
Well, folks, that is the end of competition for the 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. We'll be right back to crown a champion. Anytime there's an emerging sport and there's a competitive playing field that's developing, that sport has to have a marquee event. And our goal at Kayak Bass Fishing was to develop that marquee event. I hate to use cliches, but really the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is the Super Bowl of kayak fishing. We're pretty proud of that fact, and we're also proud of the fact that we're getting anglers excited about competing, and more importantly, we're getting kids excited about fishing again, and we're getting folks that have maybe even given up on fishing a reason to get excited again and for that fire to burn inside to even get out there and try their hand at competition. At an event like the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship, there's a lot of people shaking my hand and saying thanks. But I have to be honest with you, I'm not the reason KBF is successful. All we've done is created the platform for what the kayak anglers want, and that is a community and a brotherhood and a sisterhood and a family environment that we can all come and share the sport. There's no one person that can make this thing what it is. I think everybody together has kind of willed it into being, and KBF has just been proud to be in the position to help make that happen. So after 3 days of tough competition, there's a nervous anticipation hanging in the air, but the sense of fellowship is there. The folks are excited as we build up to crowning the 2019 YakAttack Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion. We're gonna start this thing off by you guys all giving yourself a round of applause for coming down here and fishing hard and being unbelievable ambassadors for the sport. Did y'all have a good time? To kick off the 2019 YakAttack Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship Award Ceremony this year, we're going to start by crowning the top team in the Top Team Challenge Cup. The winners of the 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing Top Team Challenge Cup is Team Kayak Jack Outfitters from Nebraska. Before we crown the 2019 YakAttack Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion presented by Torqeedo, let's take a look at the rest of the top 10. In 10th place, taking home $1,000, 259 inches, Dustin Murguia. In 9th place, $1,500, 260 inches, Mr. Dwayne Beatty. 8th place, $2,000, 260 and a quarter inches, Joey Johnson. With 263 and a quarter inches, taking home $3,000, Matt Ball. All right, in 6th place, taking home $3,000, 266 and a quarter inches, Joshua Stewart. In 5th place, taking home $4,000, 266 3/4 inches. Mr. Cody Milton in 4th place, taking home $5,000, 269.5 inches. Joseph Sanderson. 3rd place, taking home $10,000, Greg Blanchard. All right, let's find out who the 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion is. We've got a bundle of checks up here for one of these guys, but it's all about the hardware. Your 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing National Champion, Mr. Mike Elsey. Not only is it impressive that Mike Elsey won the KBF National Championship against 460 of the top anglers in the country, but he did so by a historic 16-inch margin.
First of all, I want to thank KBF, Chad Hoover, and KBF. I came from the bass boat world. This is my 2nd year in kayak bass fishing. And as of last year, y'all put the fun back into fishing for me.
So you're taking home $20,000 for 2nd place, but go ahead and reveal those other 2 checks you got snuck in behind there. Taking home $500 in bonus bucks from Bend & Branches and another $2,500 from Jackson Kayak. You got anything else to say, man?
Thanks again to KBF, and you guys did a great job. And Mike, congrats. Congrats to you, man. Great job. I want to say congrats. Awesome.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for the 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship here from Shreveport-Bossier City, Louisiana. So, Gene, give us a parting shot, man. What do you think about next year, where the 2020 Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is going to be on Guntersville in Guntersville, Alabama?
You know, I'm excited because Guntersville is an hour and a half from my house.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is I'm not going to be co-hosting next year because I'm going to go qualify.
Yeah. All right, so that is yet to be seen because so far Gene hasn't fished any of our tournaments. But listen, man, you're more than welcome to get out there and try your hand. I wouldn't want to fish against most of these anglers. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to send you out of here. We couldn't do this without our amazing sponsors, but more importantly, we couldn't do it without the support of the kayak bass fishing community and brotherhood. So let's take a look at the top 10 anglers in the 2019 Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship.